What is going on YouTube? This is Acid Root. So I'm going to review the second album by rapper Chingy. Basically this product is called Powerballin, and it came out in the fall of 2004. So the fair about this product here is this is the after effect. This is a quick follow up for Chingy after his hit album from the summer of 2003, Jackpot, as far as those fairs going to happen. A hit album from 2003 by Chingy, Jackpot, as far as this fair is going to happen. Now that particular aspect had some good backings with it that had Ludacris and Disturbing the Peace helping. That particular album had Ludacris and Disturbing the Peace helping out Chingy around those times within pitches, but there was kind of some bicker around that particular time within the aspect. Chingy started to separate from Ludacris within those fairs pretty much, I want to say more or less, maybe late 2003, first half of 2004. As a result, this album is not brought to you by Disturbing the Peace. It's not brought to you by Disturbing the Peace, but within aspects like that, it's still a banging type album. It's an excellent type pitch to get here. Chingy was still fly as hell within pitches like that, coming off of like at least top three singles within these pitches. I feel like that particular album, Jackpot, with the excellent type of appeal that it had within the pitch, that was a definite album that had the flair about it, but it was unfortunate. I feel like within the fair, considering how successful he was with those three singles, Right There, One Call Away, and Holiday Inn within those pitches, he probably could have pumped out a fourth single, which nowadays I think it was like the Right There remix that they tried for like the fourth single, but I think probably Chingy Jackpot would have been a better one to have gone with. I think that probably would have been at least a top 30 single. They did kind of have it at the end of like a music video for one of those ones back in the day. It was kind of the pitch as far as saying this was an immediate follow-up. Balla Baby was a pretty decently fairing type one. It was just a little bit mellower within these pitches, but some excellent type product. This album was kind of seen more or less like the reason why Chingy kind of phased out of the spotlight relatively quicker than he should have. It just kind of feels like within the fair that folks possibly kind of felt kind of miffed about the fact that he didn't still have the Ludacris affiliation pitches like that. It's kind of up in the air as like the exact kind of reasons as to why Chingy and Ludacris kind of had those fairs, but it was just kind of within the pitch. Probably more or less just a clash of the egos, pitches like that as far as those aspects kind of happen, but it's just kind of fair as far as saying it's still a quality album. It's just the pitch that it just doesn't have a megaton amount of hits. It's a little bit deflated in terms of like the casual type appeal. I feel like the roteness factor just with an aspect, just the banner type ones, which nowadays is a little bit easier to notice. I feel like the fair Jackpot was definitely a pretty excellent type album within those pitches, but I still think probably it's within notice that even getting to three singles that do as large like the particular songs that Chingy did back in those days, it feels like if you can get three singles that good, you probably should aim for like a fourth one within those pitches just to really cement things. It just kind of felt like within the aspect that it was this particular album that kind of showcased that maybe unfortunately enough, this was kind of an Unfortunately enough, it kind of showcased that maybe possibly Chingy was more short-term within these pitches than he probably should have been, which is the aspect behind it. I mean, Balla Baby was an excellent type song, got some modest airplay, VH1, MTV, some type pitches, but it wasn't a top 3, top 5 single pitches like that. I think it hit like the top 20 or 25 pitches like that. I'll go ahead and look that up. Yeah, hit number 20. Then Don't Worry was like a top 75 single or something like that, kind of within those ordeals. Don't Worry was a top 60 single within those pitches. So it's just kind of fair that Chingy was just a lot more short-lived around this time. He followed up this album real quickly, which is definitely pretty bona fide within those pitches, but it's just unfortunate that this didn't have the same type of appeal. Right There was just a real banging type song. Balla Baby's a little bit more mellow within pitches like that, a little bit more casino type music, a little bit more schmooze factor and jangle as far as those pitches can have, just a little bit more. Balla Baby just has a little bit more bing to it as far as those pitches can happen, but it's just kind of aspect as far as saying is the particular three singles that Chingy had with Jackpot just really nailed the appeal. Holiday Inn was a real bona fide type one, was just kind of the pitch. Just kind of made it more of a wayside type album. I mean, it's pretty popular within the pitch. I think maybe it went gold or something like that. Wikipedia says this album went platinum, so it's good type pitches, but Chingy's Jackpot went 3 or Chingy's Jackpot album went 3 or 4 tons platinum within those pitches, but just kind of the format. So this is underappreciated. This was to say within this aspect. It's not a slouch of an album, I'd say within the aspect. That's the important thing to notice, despite the fact that back in those days, back in 2004, 2005, was kind of seen as like an album with the sophomore slump. It actually does have the bangers on here. It just doesn't have like the candid type hits within the aspect of something quite as huge as like the banner type stardom type appeal of Right There and Holiday and some of those type ones. Or a Real Lady song, Don't Worry is nice, but it doesn't have the same snap and overall this catchiness of like One Call Away, some of those type pitches. Just the fair this kind of aspect. I mean, it has some good nice ones. Chingy rebounded in 2006. He had more singles off that particular album with Hood Star. It was kind of the pitch that this particular one is not lazier. It's just a little bit more mellow and just not quite as tart within the aspect. It just doesn't have like the same kind of snap and just overall bite within the ferociousness. It's just a little bit earlier to kind of have mellowed out within the pitch. But it's not like it's a bad album, just a pitch like that. But yeah, it's real jazzy type one within the pitch. It definitely has some flair on here. Just real kind of it has a certain kind of sparkle and bing about it within those aspects. This really has some good type tones, some good type pitches. But Ball Baby's nice. Just say on top of that, out of the 16 songs that are on this album, including the bonus songs, pitches like that, I give this album a 10 out of 10 because the only songs I don't recommend are just the intro, outro, and the skit on here, the interlude, as far as those pitches kind of go. But Ball Babies are lead single Ball of Babies, real nice ones, like a basic woozy kind of club bounce to get here. Just Ball of Babies, like a basic woozy kind of club bounce mingle to get within the products of it here. Just quality follow up, Chingy tune, I'd say within the aspects. Just more mellow though within those tones, but it is a Liddy type one. Just a little bit more glazed effect, just kind of within the pitch, and maybe having some smoky sphere in your system. Just kind of the aspect. This felt like Chingy was going to have more of like Nelly type energy, which I don't think was a huge full bound problem that he didn't. But it's just kind of the pitch, just more of a smooth type. Just smoother and slicker type tongue within the pitch and like the particular format of just saying something. I just think maybe folks wanted from Chingy another like quality jazzy type bop like Right There or something like that, or something that like Nelly would do, or Jay Quan when you think of like some of those STL type folks like Tipsy, one of those type just revved up type ones, or something like Hot in Here, some of those type ones, pitches like that, or EI, or Hot Chick, Country Grammar Stones type pitch that just has a little bit more bravado. It's not like that's the main reason for like the product, but it just just more of a drowsy type song within the pitch. Definitely good for casino type fare, good laid back type places, strip club type jump pitch like that, some of those type places, and more like night shift type fare, demon time type commonplace, but it's just kind of fair. Just not as the replayability just doesn't have as much bite within the aspect. Just to say, you know, when I talk about some of these type of songs not having as much roteness, this is just kind of one of those type ones that just doesn't have the jangle type of feel like some of these previous type ones. It's not as much of that, but it is nice. I mean, it is kind of hooky within a more mellow type song. Just nails the bit. It's a real smooth type song, definitely in the pitch. It's a good barter type song and things like that. Just quality. Quality gab centricness pitches like that, I'd say. Don't Worry is the second single that says Janet Jackson on there. Excellent type appeals for that. I need to get around to some of her type stuff, but Janet Jackson's super dope. She was popping around this time because of the Super Bowl type era of 2004 pitches like that. So it's a good snag for Chingy throwing her on this particular song and getting her on like a rebound within those pitches. And it wasn't like it was a mishap back in 2004, but just a pitch. As a quality type one, Don't Worry is a nice type of PL. This is an underappreciated type song, I'd say, within pitch. Definitely should chart higher than it did. It's like a nice night surf, I'd say. The song Don't Worry is like a nice night surf, kind of appreciate the sights, I'd say, within the products of it here. Just date, evening, and finer kind of embellished pitches like that. Good song for some treats, some type fairs. So just have the good aspects nearby pitches like that. Some of those type fairs just like the product of the party fairs make things more interesting. Pitches like that within this ordeal as far as the pitch, as far as the kickoff kind of happens. Just real jazzy, just the aspect of just kind of one that just is bright lights pitches like that. Just the more 2000s type fashion. Just good on the town, paint the town red pitches like that. Real nice clips, kind of like just a little bit more snazzy type aspect, just a smoother type factor like a song, kind of almost casino big city type, almost casino big city type centricness like Miami, Vegas, some of those places, but just kind of with an aspect of something similar like Groovin' Tonight by Nelly and the Saint Lunatics, some of those fairs within it. It's a little bit more sparkly compared to the song Groovin' Tonight, but within similar type fashions like that, those bright lights. To be able to say within those first. That's the product of it. Just being able to say recommend all the songs off here, so 10 out of 10 just to say within these pages. So yeah, I definitely don't feel like Chingy had the sophomore slump within this particular album as far as these fairs going to happen. Definitely proves otherwise on here. All the Way to St. Louis, a nice one. Now this surprisingly has Nate Dogg on here. This is produced by David Banner, a good excellent type pitch for some of these type ones, but it has Nate Dogg on the hook, which is kind of uncommon just within the aspect that Chingy was on a Nate Dogg song before. With Houston around the time when that I Like That song was coming out, so that's a good type pitch that he snagged a Nate Dogg type feature concerning the commonplace. I want definitely a good snag within those pitches that I had to say, but All the Way to St. Louis like a All the Way to St. Louis like a All the Way to St. Louis like a red hot kind of basic STL kind of jammer, I'd say, within the aspects of it. This reminds like Nelly and like a pedestrian kind of town jump as far as these pairs going to happen. So just one of those type ones, similar to like songs by Nelly like Splurge and Air Force One. So those type pitches within the product of it, just kind of one of those type bosses, just more in a club centric kind of vehicle stunt type flexiness within pitches like that. Just good. Good basic pedestrian kind of town hopping jump, just floss type music pitches like that is good to pick up. Good, nice song for some cheese into summer joy pitches like that. It's kind of the ordeals picking up like some Doritos or zigzags, some type pitches with an aspect, excellent type flair. 26s is nice. This has Lil Wayne on here, which is a good type pitch. Now, within the fury of it, this is around the time when Lil Wayne was starting to get real red hot with like the Carter pitches like that. This is a little bit before he was completely full bound kind of annihilating songs, but I definitely think he did pretty, it's good, excellent, fair. It's good, excellent, fair. Him being on this song pitches like that is amidst like the Go DJ and Bring It Back type days pitches like that, excellent type product of it. 26 is like a super clean kind of ride around to get and summery kind of vehicle companion. I would definitely say just kind of a stoked mood. I'd say about this one. Another good, nice summer breeze type one. It's a good, nice breeze through as far as this pitch comes. So dismiss the ordeal. This feels like a big timers type song pitch like that. Stones type ones. I feel like All the Way to St. Louis and 26s are kind of good combination just to have like that summer flare pitch like that. Just car wash type music within a certain type aspect. Just the flare, just like feeling your hair in the wind, some type aspects within the tone of this. Typical kind of breeze through type John's pitches like that within those ordeals. It's the aspect, this typical, good typical kind of town hopping surfing within those aspects. This romp type music pitches like that. Give them some O's, a good quality one as well as like an evening primer kind of villa music to get here. Definitely a good, nice one to smoke some too. Pitches like that. Spicy night, I would say within the aspects is possible restauranting within some of these type fairs. Some of these type ones have like some Latin guitar lick type ones with an aspect, good type flair to get some of these type ones. It's definitely some good, nice one for some summer licks, pitches like that, just the flair behind it. Songs like Give 'em Some Mo and We Clubbin', some of these type ones within pitches like that, just a quality. Pick up like some good grub pitches like that, just figure out like the particular aspects. So just kind of a rap type song for going possibly to restauranting type fare within pitch, just getting towards the evening scene, some of those type aspects just kind of within tone. It's kind of a graceful type album. This has a little bit more snazziness type factor. It's not as much like, there are some pedestrian type moments on here within certain type pitches, but in terms of like songs, when you think of like Bag Up, some of those type ones by Chingy back in those days, it's not quite as pedestrian and quite as like lackadaisical within like the weavings of it compared to Jackpot within those pitches for those formats can have. So it's kind of fair just having like some extra type products. There are some smoke type songs on here that we're going to get to. And a new facet about this album on top of that are the Get It Boys. These are some dope type folks. This is Chingy's posse within these pitches. They never dropped an album or a mixtape. I was kind of hoping that they had like some secret product that I just never got to, but they never did. They were on a series of songs with Chingy, like the Coach Carter soundtrack and like the Triple X State of the Union soundtrack, some of those affairs, but they never actually dropped the product, which is unfortunate. Maybe they did in like some degree of secret type fashion, but it's just not locatable within these times recently. Good type fair, but they're on a number of songs. We'll get to some of those. Leave With Me with R. Kelly is nice on here. It's like a slick, homebound, kind of retired jam to get within the products of it. It reminds like a mellower kind of Snake song by R. Kelly, like off the Chocolate Factory album, pitches like that. Just have candles lit, some of those type fairs. Just a real smoky type one. Good follow-up type pitch, a little bit more affable, more homebound typeness, just more with more chillax type fashion compared to Don't Worry. That one's a little bit more sightseeing. This particular one's a little bit more kind of Miss More Sunday, Monday, kind of rom-com mingle pitches like that within some type ordeals. Kind of dusky type fair pitches like that, I'd say. Some nice ones on here. Trying to think of some other ones I haven't talked about. Balla Baby remix is nice. It says Lil Flip and the Get It Boys on here. It's a good, nice one. This one's a little bit, This one's a little bit lighter lick. This has like traces similar within a relative type fashion to right there, but just a little bit of that groove type factor. Just feels like a typical kind of MTV jingle. Some of those type ones that you would have caught in the instrumentals they used to play back in those days. Ball Baby remix also kind of reminds me of like West Side Connection, some of those type pitches, some of those type ones within the product. It feels like a song that you'd hear Nate Dogg on, or like it. Like a song by Fabulous, like This Is My Party, some of these type pitches. But Ball Baby remix is like a breezier and light hop kind of dance mingle to kind of get within the aspects. This reminds like a higher up kind of Jay Quan pitches like that. Good song for some stepping as far as these pitches can have. So just to miss the aspect, just a little bit more groove about it, a little bit more towards the dance floor pitches like that. Less like casino kind of strip club type suaveness, but just more within the pitch like a good. This has a good type tint towards it as far as the aspect of like the relative kind of dance bite that it particularly has, but still more mellow than like the pitch of what Chingy probably should have had. He should have had just the fact that most of this album is just kind of more smooth factor within those pitches. I just think the quality is something that where you could have a song where you could take your shirt off to pitches like that within those ordeals. Definitely songs like Holiday Inn and Right There kind of had those pitches. But Ball Baby remix is a little bit airier and breezier, but still relatively just not so much tamer, but just kind of more light licked within the product of it. Just the lighter type tone, more kind of hors d'oeuvres type music pitches like that. We Clubbin' is a nice one. It's like a solid evening scene kind of bounce, I'd say, within the products of it. Just Villa and Light Lick kind of socialize, I'd say, here. Definitely a good, nice one to pour out tequila pitches like that. So songs like We Clubbin' are just some further type ones for restauranting. So songs like We Clubbin' are just some further type ones for restauranting pitches like that. Just to miss the embrace of evening scene, some of the stuff there's within the pitch behind it. Bring the Beef is nice as well. It's like a dope routine, kind of loud pack to get. Just get crunk and floss spit, I'd say, within products of it here. Just an icy type song, definitely looking sparkly pitches like that. Just good, nice one to spit game too, kind of where the Beezies are at pitches like that. It's kind of it's kind of pressed to spit game pitches like that. Get the feeling froggy, hot to trot as far as those pitch kind of dismissed the aspect like that Friday spice within the aspect. Just ready for some loud pack pitches like that. I Do is a nice one. It's like a quality 2000s stunt and show out song to kind of get within the products of it. Just simple kind of pull up and meander type music, I'd say, within the aspects. It's kind of typical kind of flashy time waste type noise pitches like that. Just a good spiffy. Songs like a good spiffy kind of hella blitz outs that fairs kind of have within those aspects. So definitely get the smokage going, pitches like that. And within the product, this album kind of has some of that, but it's not as many full bound within the pitch. I feel like the particular fair about it, some of these type ones have a little bit more jazzy. Like it's kind of the fair just within the product to kind of appreciating the surroundings a little bit more this time. I think the aspect behind some of these, there are some ones within the product to getting towards the tear up within certain type of senses, but kind of feels more within the aspect of just kind of appreciating the product, like the socialize, enjoying a little bit more of the embellish behind it, taking the sights in a little bit. Just within these fairs, whether it's Beezies or otherwise, just the loud pack I like to mingle. Chingy's pretty good. Chingy albums usually have some pretty good mingle on there within these pitches, so it's kind of the product of just having probably like the fair getting tear up within the pitch, but not to the point where it kind of interferes with being able to kind of have the connect going as far as those pitches kind of happens. So it's kind of aspect of like some extra type fairs that has these. I do think there's probably at least a beer or two nearby within some of these type fairs, but it's also the pitches just having like that extra type product within it. Just to miss the product like a smoke type sesh just out and around as far as those. But just to miss the product like a smoke type session, like the outing type fair as far as those pitches kind of happens, excellent type product of it. Some of these type ones with like the Get It Boys on there are nice, like I was saying, like Where to Get It Girls At is nice on here. It's like a stock house party kind of kickoff and buzz kind of get within the products. It's like some good this would be like a good nice one for Red Cups, pitches like that. Good song to pop that for the Divas, pitches like that. As far as those ordeals can happen, simp nice to this particular song. Definitely it's an overall lit type one. So this kind of product, like the extra kind of ambience within those pairs, just more more shebang type ordeals. Some of those type products just similar to like songs like Holiday Inn. It's really too bad there's not another kind of more hotel motel type fair pitch like that. I feel like the more house party type sleeves on here is a good type pitch. That was such a banner type song thinking about Holiday Inn, but pitches like that does have like the there are some lounge type songs on here within pitches like that. It's just kind of ordeal. This is one of which, Where to Get It Girl, or, yeah, Where to Get It Girls At. Basic kind of white noise pitches like that, just to miss the product like some extra type fair for like lit it for quality tear up within those pitches. Missed the products, just definite revved up ambience, I'd say, within pitches like that. We Do is nice on here. This has Bun B as well within pitches like that. He was kind of on the campaign around this time for getting Pimp C free to some excellent type fares. A little bit before he started to drop solo albums, was good type pitch, good night. Another nice snag on here. There are some quality guests on here. Like I was saying, Lil Wayne, Nate Dogg, Bun B, David Banner's on here, Janet Jackson, R. Kelly, folks like that. So it has some good folks. Get It Boys are on here a number of times. We Do is like a throwback kind of DTP style show out type noise to get within the aspects of it. This reminds like I-20 pitches like that. It's a good type fare. Actual product of it is Chingy and I-20 did a few songs in pitches like that. Chingy was on I-20's album that came out around this time in 2004, and he was also on a song with I-20 with that I Like That song with Houston as far as those fares going to happen. Good type pitches, but this is one of the few type ones that kind of feels like leftover jackpot type vibes within pitches like that. It really doesn't have that many throwbacks to 2003 type fare, but this is one of those type ones. This is one of those type ones that has that particular fare about it. This 03 Chingy pitch like that. It's like kind of a pseudo crunk kind of venue marinade, I'd say, about this one here. Just a hot type one. So it's kind of the pitch. Some of those loud pack type ones. Feels more traditional, kind of turn up type fashion like Ludacris and I-20, Titty Boys, some of those type folks to kind of get those bangers going within a relative kind of within the same variety as Lil Jon and the Ying Yang Twins, but just kind of a little bit more within the fashion. So it's good to get some of these type ones within the pitch. This would have been a good, nice choice for a single. It's kind of within pitch. I mean, Chingy does have the ability to have songs sometimes within these fares within pitch. It just kind of depends upon. Yeah, I would say these songs are welcome within pitch like this. It's just good type ordeal getting to some of these type bangers. Good, excellent product. Fall In is a nice one as well. It's like a late day creepy in amidst like relative bustle and task fare as far as these pitches can happen. Good, nice one to throw in like picking up some Doritos and beers within the product of it. This is kind of just one late shift kind of one within the aspect of like the fare. Just still, this one still has some relative product of the day to take care of within pitches like that. So just getting into the hours of the post hours pitches like that, but it's kind of the aspect of this consistent kind of productiveness, just getting. Crossing the T's, dotting the I's, just getting the late shift wrapped up in addition to like extra type fare, just some products for later on within pitches like that. This would be a good kind of work shift kind of primer to like the product of once things are kind of done, even if it is 2 or 3 hours later from what you're doing, pitches like that, to just have like the aspect of this like utility or errand or throw in like the goodie runs on top of that, just having like the bag of chips on those type of aspects, the Dorito type fare, the Fritos, so the Dorito type, the Doritos type fare, the Funyuns pitch like that, and good box of beer, 6-pack of Corona pitch like that on top of that. So good, excellent products for some of those type ones. Trying to think of other ones I haven't talked about on here within these pitches. That may be just about it within these fares. About I think there's possibly one more, which is What Up With It. What Up With It? It's like a nice feeling, stuck kind of neighborhood noise kind of get. This house party kind of white noise, I'd say, just an in the cut kind of bop as far as these pitch kind of go. So What Up With It would be a good nice one that has some smokage fare in your system, pitches like that. Is some further type products with like like some house party type flare pitches like that. Like I was saying, there's another nice one within those appeals, like Where to Get It, Girls That Sounds That pitch. So just good product like standard kind of after hours mingle pitch like that. Just good nice one to have like the smoke sphere kind of going and getting a few great swishers in rotation. Sounds like pitch. It's kind of an in the cut type song, definitely within pitch. It's kind of low key. seemingly like a swing low kind of day pitch like that. It's kind of missed the ordeal. Less kind of popular within the tone of like more social kind of pizzazz, but just within the pitch, just kind of more low key type fare. Missed the aspect more how. More residential bound, good pitches like that. I don't think I talked about Don't Really Care either. Don't Really Care is like Chingy on like a rev kind of Midwest crunk, I'd say, within the aspects here. Just hella dope kind of ride out and local what ups as far as the pitch to kind of have. This particular song is like a hella dope kind of ride out and local what ups as far as. This particular song is like a dope ride out and local what ups as far as these pitch kind of happens. So within the ordeal, as far as saying within these pitches, this particular kind of just to miss like a tear up type noise, pitches like that. This has a little bit of like David Banner, a little flip type fair, pitches like that. Definitely feels like standard 2004 kind of pseudo crunk within those aspects. When you think of folks like Lil Jon in 2004, David Banner 2004, Lil Flip 2004, some of those type folks, Pastor Troy, some of those type folks in particular that were kind of having that particular kind of tear up type noise. Definitely. This is kind of done in like some Midwest type crunk, which is excellent type aspects that Chingy once again is on some of these type fairs and getting towards some of this. This is kind of one that within the relative type aspect also feels like 2003 Chingy more within like the Ludacris and Lil Jon type aspects, pitches like that. It's kind of the ordeal as far as getting towards it. It's a good excellent product here. It's kind of neighborhood bound pitches like that. It's kind of the ordeal like some surf rounds pitches like that within the aspect. It's kind of a it's kind of one of those type ones, you know where to find me type fair pitches like that. When folks talk about not being hard to find pitches like that, just chunk up the deuce type song pitches like that, just miss like the fair, just like standard standard touch bass type song within a just neighborhood type sense pitches like that. Yeah, I think I pretty much about talked about the rest of these on here. So yeah, look after here 10 out of 10. So look after here 10 out of 10 album pitches like that. The social score pretty much, that's kind of tricky within the aspect. I feel like the quality of this album is on here within pitches like that. I'd probably say maybe possibly like a 9.75 because just the factor of it is just the fair, but behind some of the natches that Chingy kind of has going for him this time is just kind of within the pitch that has the quality stuff on here. It's just kind of the pitch that is just more kind of enlisted within the hardcore type territory. Within the immediate, within a more casual type factor, probably going for, in terms like the single type appeal would probably be Jackpot would be the better type one, but this is just a smoother type album, just a little bit more glitz type fashion, has a little bit more glitz and glamour. The House Party sleeves, the Get It Boys are pretty fun, pitches like that, has some quality guests on here like Lil Wayne, Nate Dogg, and David Banner and Bun B, folks like that. Some good smoother type songs, like some jazzy type sense, like the song with Janet Jackson and the song with R. Kelly, pitches like that. Has like the step out type fairs, some of those type aspects with this some evening scene kind of restauranting pitches like that. Some stuff fairs are just the product of possibly going the product of possibly going to places like Red Lobster or Wingstop. Some of those type the product of possibly going to places like Olive Garden. The product of possibly going to places like Red Lobster, Olive Garden, or Wingstop, some of those places within pitch behind is the quality evening scene pitches like that, but it's kind of a fair few pedestrian type, surf around type songs in the neighborhood. But yeah, like I was saying, it's not as much neighborhood type bound as much this time, but there are the occasional type ones that kind of have the what up type fashion pitches like that. House Party sleeves just have a few cold ones pitched like that, and a little bit of smoke type product on here. It was just a little bit more organized this time. It just has less. It doesn't feel as much busybody, but it's just kind of within the pitch. It just kind of the product of. This has an active schedule as far as those pitch kind of happens. It's not within. It's not where time is of the essence, but just kind of the pitch as far as saying, yeah, I've got shit to do. It's kind of the product as far as just staying a full schedule within pitches like that. So it's difference between being active and busy with some good type fairs, just having the product like active kind of fair within the product of just step around pitches like that with the neighborhood type Johnson, a little bit of strip club. A little bit of strip club, casino, and standard swabber type mingle, bright starry lights pitches like that, some stuff where it just nails the pitch, just smoother type album, just more mellow pitches like that, but still some banner type appeal. That's the only real mishap about it. In terms of the future, like Chingy has not been around album wise since 2010. He might have dropped an album in like later on in the 2010s or possibly even the 2020s, but it's been quite some time. He's dropped like some EPs, pitches like that. I know there's at least 5 albums. As of this particular moment, I've gotten to 3 of them, so I am going to review 2007, 2010 Chingy eventually within those pitches, but this is a class here within these pitches. It's kind of a more wayside type one. The aspect behind it, you just have to have a just to moreover say it's just kind of an acquired taste, just because the aspect. I think the factor behind Chingy is when people think of Chingy, they want like the immediate type songs. They're kind of like in your face, and the number ones, the number twos, pitches like that. It was kind of the fact that this album didn't really give that, but it does have the flair about it. It's just kind of within. It's just more of a sedate type album, just more smooth tongued within those pitches. So it's just something to pay attention to. It does have a couple hits. They just didn't do as banner within the pitches like that. But this is a classic here. Some of those stuff there is definitely a good staple. Just an underappreciated type album. Just an underappreciated type album. Just an underappreciated type album, and did it without Ludacris, definitely.